The fuck is going on, everybody? So, we'll wait for more people to come in. It's still early yet. Whatever the fuck. But I want to do this now rather than later. So basically, right now I'm staring at a top 10 I'm doing for Rocks TV. On top of the Situation Room on Tuesday. On top of my Rep That Wicked segment. On top of all these other announcements that I gotta make. On top of going back on the road soon. Like, I just fucking. Something's gotta give. I decided that Rep That Wicked was going to be the thing to go. Um, keep checking on ImeanEstore.com, sickfucks.com. You guys know the drill. That's kind of what this is. Like, y'all know the drill already. You guys, we've kind of beat that horse to death. And then we beat it again. I've been kind of a fucked up state of mind lately. And that's going to fucking, it'll pass at some point, I'm sure. But for now, like, I want to do something else. Is the thing. Like, I want to do something else. Fat Scott, fucking. Dude, you've been in here first a lot lately. So here's what I want to do. Here's kind of my plan. I was at a restaurant last night. And there was these servers. And they were fucking like, is there anything else I can get you? Is everything okay? Is everything okay? Like, I'm like, I would like to enjoy what little food I'm going to decide that I'm going to eat. Like I said, been in a fucked up state of mind. And I was like, you know what? I really don't like restaurants like this. Like, that's some shit I want to talk about. Remember I told you guys I had like a fucking list of pet peeves? Well, I think I want to kind of get some of them off my fucking chest. I want to kind of talk about some shit. I got some shit that's been going on in my head that's like, you know what? I've got a platform. I should use that. I should utilize that. There's also this one dude you guys should check out. Dead Nuts. D-E-D-D Nuts. That's another fucking guy. He's up on Facebook. He's always doing uploads and shit like that. Like, definitely check him out. I don't know what segment this is going to be. I think I'm just going to stick with one live, one Situation Room, and shit like that from now on. For at least a little while until I figure out what the fuck's to do. Like, that's just how that's going to be. In regards to AXE, Alazuli Lu being signed to Magic Ninja Entertainment, I think it's a good opportunity for them. I think they'll be able to learn some shit. All in all, they're not my favorite. There's my official statement on that. As I said, just because you're signed to a label doesn't mean I'm going to fucking fall in love with your music. I was a psychopathic guy for the longest time, and I gave no fucks about fucking Big Hoodoo. I would really like to see something different happen in all the underground record labels. I kind of want to see the mainstream and the underground kind of combine a little bit. Some people say it's selling out, switching gears, whatever the fuck. I think it's a good idea. But what the fuck do I know? But yeah, that's... Your shirt's pretty tight. Oh, fucking... Yeah, I got this off of Amazon. And I used to go to bars a lot. And I think I'm going to start doing that some more. And I would always like tell stories and shit like that. And fucking... I decided that I'm going to get this shirt when I like go out and things like that. Because I'm always telling funny stories. I'm like doing like a Situation Room kind of thing. I'm talking about some of the shit that I've been through, some of the shit that I've experienced, whatever. So, here, let's get some light on here. There we go. That's a little better, isn't it? I really didn't feel like setting up the ring light. I don't even have my mic set up. Fucking nothing. Oh! Team G, Star Mills Tech. Good to see you, man. So, I got another story I want to tell you guys. So, I'm headed into Detroit. And I pull out my wallet and everything else, and I set it down into the trays, and fucking... these TSA agents are fucking honed in on my fucking wallet. They think it's dope as fuck. It's this one right here. Yeah, fucking... I don't know what's going on with YouTube. So, it's a bad motherfucker wallet, right? So, I got that sitting on the tray, you know, upright. And they're all over this wallet. Like, they dig it. I told them where to get it and shit. And I had my speaker ball with me. Nobody says shit. Nobody said nothing. And I got a straight shot from Detroit to Manchester, New Hampshire. So it was like a direct flight, which, by the way, if you're going to do that, fly Delta. No matter what, fly Delta. I don't give a fuck. Fly Delta. Like, Sid Jones, this channel, Switzerland, if you want a fucking ticket into Switzerland, you go through Delta. Shout out to Delta. Fuck these other companies. So, I get into Manchester to fly back out to Detroit. I go through Manchester, and this dude holds up my laptop bag. He goes, yo, whose this? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, that's mine. And he goes, he's like, you got a speaker or something in there? I'm like, yeah, it's my fucking blue fucking Snowball Yeti microphone. And he says, well, I just got to take a look at it. He goes, is there anything sharp in the bag? I'm like, why the fuck would there be something sharp in the bag? He goes, I'm just asking. He's like, I have to ask everybody that. I'm like, he's like, you could have needles or something there. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Fucking idiot. So he's going through my shit. InfoWars, we winning this InfoWars. Look, when you incite panic, like, I don't know, and you're telling people that there's people turning into frogs, I don't know what to tell you. Y'all say some bitch-ass shit like it ain't fucking fake news, and then when somebody's putting out fake news, it gets fucking banned for putting out fake news and fucking false advertisement and fucking products and whatnot. Like, that's what I need to do. I need to do a fucking my own InfoWars. That's it. But anyway, so he looks at my Snowball fucking microphone and he's like, yeah, whatever. He gives me my bag and puts it back. And my flight's delayed, right? My flight's fucking delayed. And I was told there was no way I was making it to Detroit. I'm like, motherfucker, I will make it to Detroit. So I get a notification as soon as we land into Chicago because, again, I didn't fly United like I should have. My fault. So I fly from Manchester to Chicago to Detroit, and I get a notification that says your flight's been delayed until like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck ever? At least I'm making it home, and then it said 10:15. My gate that I was told I wasn't going to make it to because I only had a half hour to get to my gate was only 4 gates away. So even if it would have left at 9:05 and I landed at 8:30, I would have fucking made that gate. No problem. So my other issue was, is this flight overbooked with all this delay? Because they had late incoming fucking planes all over the place. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was told it was weather. FFA fucking, can't fly. Shit like that. So I catch my flight. I make it to Detroit. Then my mind starts going. He's not that bad. InfoWars has been right. Not a lot of shit, just saying. Oh, right on a lot of shit. Barack Obama still wasn't fucking as bad of a president as people said he was. And I also like the hypocrisy where they're like, yo, Trump is our fucking hope, and we don't like the fact that there's these people protesting Donald Trump. Meanwhile, they were burning fucking stuffed things of Barack Obama and like having him hanging from a noose and shit. But no, there was no fucking response to Obama being fucking elected. I remember my roommate in college. It was election night against John McCain. Barack Obama won that election. He comes into the fucking dorm and I'm like, so how you doing with the election? He goes, we have a fucking nigger in office. And I went, wow, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, for fucking real. There's this article I was reading on New Hampshire's like the whitest state or whatever. We might be the whitest state, but we're also like the most accepting of the North. Fucking in Michigan, dude, there's people at a fucking company. I can't say the name. But they sell home supplies. They're kind of a depot, if you will. And this dude's like, I got the Negroes working today, so I'm just going to try and come in here and get some more supplies. I'm like, fuck you and the whore you rode in on, bro. The fucking racist shit needs to fucking die. It's 2018. Instead of fucking flying cars, we have no more fucking bendy straws. California's up in fucking flames. I mean, what the fuck? Like, god damn it. My goal, though, one of my goals, like, of being on this planet is I want to witness the world fucking come to an end. Like, that's, like in that ICP song. It was like, the second best thing to see it begin is watching it all come to an end. And I'm like, that's a good philosophy. That'd be dope to witness. Of course, we'd all have our fucking cameras up. As if people are going to have a chance to live stream that shit, right? So that's kind of why I wanted to stop doing Rep That Wicked. I kind of want to talk about shit like this. It's on my mind. So I haven't figured out what day I'm going to do that segment, how I'm going to do that segment, but it's literally going to be, instead of like just about underground music and shit like that, I kind of want to talk about some other shit that's on my mind. Places I prefer to eat, like Applebee's. People are like, well, that's not a fancy restaurant, but they got the best damn fucking breakfast burger on this side of the fucking nation. I fucking, that fucking all day brunch burger. Yeah, if we're going to Applebee's, I already know what I'm getting. I'm just going to look at the menu to make sure they're still serving it. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to do fucking reviews on like businesses and shit. I want to do 30-second commercials. Boondocks told Juggalos he listens to InfoWars. I mean, shit, just because you listen to it doesn't mean you have to believe everything the dude says. Like, I'm stuck listening to Donald Trump. I don't believe everything he says. Like fucking, what was that movie? Eight-Legged Freaks. And the guy's like, he asks his mom, he goes, I can't believe you listen to this guy. And she goes, I think he's very informative. Shit. Whatever. I'm not going to judge somebody based off of what they listen to. It's just my opinion on what that person's saying. See, what Boondocks likes doesn't affect me at all. If I found out Boondocks listened to fucking Shania Twain in his spare time, okay, you bump Shania Twain. Doesn't mean I have to. That's just it. You know, I'm just overdoing the merch shilling. I want to move on. You know, I just want to do some other shit. Talk about some other shit. Do some new shit, you know? I've been up all morning fucking trying to rack my brain around if I should do one last Rep That Wicked. And I was like, I should do a live explaining why Rep That Wicked's going to be no more. And, I mean, this is us repping that Wicked. We got fucking... Ebony Store's got the fucking... The shit from Warped Tour. We got the Gorilla Voltage fucking bundle from the Lost Tapes. We've got all sorts of shit on MNEstore.com. Those fucking... And here's another thing, too. I want to point this out to you guys. Now, I'm not stroking my own ego by any means. I've got Chuck Reeves and Child's Play Ninja for that, telling me I've got more connections than each and every fucking one of them. The fuck? Chuck Reeves said Joseph's made more fucking connections than you have. Chuck Reeves like, he's made more connections than CPN has. It's never been about that. It's never been about who's got the most connections. That was never my plan. That was never my goal. It's not why I did this. God, just fucking put a bullet in my head. Fucking A, man. So, all the merch that we've talked about has sold out in some sort of capacity. How to Gag and Maggot, they had to get more of those CDs. The fucking Axe Murder Boys hats, those sold. Even the clearance section when we were talking about that fucking Twisted Steel Killing Juggalos t-shirt with the split faces and shit, that sold out. And that was in stock for the longest time. I did a Rep That Wicked on that, and fucking a week later, they were gone. We've made artists money. We've supported the artists. I think it's now time to support the fans. I think we lost sight of that somewhere, someplace. I think we did. I think that's the important thing that we start doing. It's like the artists have everything under control. The fucking Psychopathic, they're doing their thing. Which, by the way, I need to say this too, for the fucking record. This is, oh god, when CPN said this shit. See, I don't understand why CPN and I have such a fucking beef. I think what it is he tries to categorize and group everything. I think it's my issues lie. I'm gonna do my best CPN impersonation. But Psychopathic is failing, fam. I never said Psychopathic was failing. I never said that. I said I wasn't a fan of the music they were putting out. What the fuck? I never said that record label was going under. I said I fucking wish they'd have kept Hatchet Gear. I said that. I'll say it again. I wish they'd have kept Hatchet Gear. That's like part of Psychopathic Records. You know, they've changed so much that it's like it's become like almost a completely different label. You know, I don't give a fuck. Like, there's this whole thing where Psychopathic Records went bankrupt, whatever the fuck. The Hatchet Man is still there. The label's name is still there. The Gathering is still happening. I don't give a fuck. Like, I have no hatred towards Violent J, and that's another pet peeve I've got that I want to bring out to you guys. Using people's real names when you fucking despise them. Let's see. Chuck Reeves will call Monoxide Child Monoxide. He will not refer to him as Paul because that would be disrespectful. However, it's okay for him to do that to Sid Jones. You've got fucking, and he'll call Violent J Bruce. Of course he fucking did. See, that's what I don't like about Chuck Reeves. He talks out both sides of his fucking mouth. Talking about on new track. That's Hillary. No, you good. What was Twisted Monoxide talking about and on new track that said Hillary? I have no fucking idea. There was that one splitting face paint. I thought that track was all right. It gave me that kind of like that Abominations feel to it. I'm kind of excited for that album. And I don't even understand this. My review on Hell's Cellar, which is on Rocks TV, by the way. Type in fucking Hell's Cellar review. I was fair with that review. All right, I was fucking fair. It was unbiased, and it was something that I was telling people. I called fucking people, any person that I can get a hold of that's going to the gathering, to please get me a hard copy of that EP, because I loved Hell's Pit and to get Hell's Cellar, and I liked the intro. I'll argue that the extended intro, it was good. The first few tracks were awesome, and I thought that even though it was like recycled beats, well, you got to remember it's also storytelling, and it reflected from Shangri-La. We got Alan the Clown in the house. What's up, homie? But like, fucking, oh, they released another diss track. I've listened to Split in the Paint. I didn't hear any disses at all. I mean, I've listened to it time and time again. I'm like, how the, whatever. Anytime Twisted puts out something, it's going to be a diss track, no matter what they do. Shit's irritating, and I'm hungover. I don't know if you noticed that. That was one in the song. It was good. I liked it. I dug that song. But, like, people go back and listen to Abominations and they dissect that, too. I mean, why can't fucking people just leave well enough alone? You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, you fucking just woke up. Me fucking too, bro. So, I asked the question, like, what's the fucking point? Like, CPN and I, like, we don't have a difference of opinion on the fact that I like Magic Ninja Entertainment's music and I think the boycott's fucking ridiculous. Like the fucking march, dude, and the whole there's not going to be a Dark Lotus thing and shit like that. Like, there's people that still have hope for Lotus, and a lot of that came from Monoxide Child. Like, what? So Lotus comes back together. Are you still going to boycott because that would be an MNE psychopathic thing? We saw a Hatchet Man and a Magic Ninja Entertainment emblem on a flyer for the first time together. Thank you. Fucking thank you. Juggalo 509. I didn't hear no diss. Neither did fucking I. On top of the fact that, like, that's what draws. That's what brews. You watch COC on fucking CPN's network, and it's always fucking something. You listen to fucking Chuck Reeves, and he's no fucking better. And I made the point. I'm like, hey, you're talking about Peace Beneath the Streets, and your fucking your name, your fucking your shtick, your fucking your whatever is Hater. Like, you've got Chuck Reeves that had to take his live and snip something out of it because he said something that could have gotten him banned. Which, by the way, I've never reported the cunt. Ever. Yeah, I called Chuck Reeves a fucking cunt. We were cool. At first, I've tried fucking walking up to him and fucking shaking his hand, and the dude fucking ghosted me. What the fuck? And then I told him, like, look, listen, we're under the same roof again for 48 hours. And he's right. We never have to conduct business together again. I'll never share a stage with him when I'm hosting. I'll never fucking do any of that shit. The way I see it, it's dead. There's no need to fucking breed that shit. The hypocrisy is strong with this one. So, I feel like, as much as CPN's an asshole, he's a different kind of asshole. Like, I don't think that I've ever come up here and said, like, you know, this person's mentally fucking deranged, like, whatever the fuck this person was doing, and, like, fucking just trashing on him repeatedly. Now, CPN and I, we've had our back and forths. We have. But I denied Chuck Reeves his interview, and I denied CPN that boxing match, because he took shit way too far. I was not in the right fucking state of mind. whatever. So, I've been under a lot of stress. I've got a lot of shit coming up. Like, shit that I wasn't even anticipating. Shit you guys wouldn't even know about until it's official. Until I decide I want to do it. And when that day comes, it's going to piss off a lot of people. CPN just can't unite for family love. I think he can. I think he has it in him. He has the power. He has the voice. He has the comprehension and the fucking capability. Alright? I'm going to say that right now. He can. He just fucking won't. Twisted hurt his feelings. Whatever. But again, if I could let that shit with Chuck Reeves die and just say my piece about it, he says his piece about it, and be fucking done with it. Like, I don't even fucking know. I don't even fucking know. This whole thing is bullshit. And I gotta side with Andy Sherman on this one. The drama is fucking ridiculous, and he got sucked right into that shit by default. And I feel bad for the dude. Because all Andy Sherman's tried to do is fucking unite people. And it's as I said, if you want peace, you gotta prepare for war, son. I said that shit. And Andy Sherman got to be collateral damage for that. Now he gets to kind of feel what I've been feeling, the whole fucking tug of war shit. You know, there was a commercial when I was a kid. I can't even believe this just came to mind. But it's this kid, he's standing still like this, and everybody's like taking clothes off of him, putting more clothes on him, like taking off this and like putting on this, and then he like backs away, and he like just does this, and he turns away, and they're talking, it's like about peer pressure or whatever. And we think about it, the YouTube community and the way that the world runs right now is a lot like that. You know, I was talking to somebody about how fucking, like, you know, people are like bleaching their hair blonde and shit like that, and like, you know, it's like the whole like Illuminati, whatever shit. And like there's transformations that people are causing you to make, and I'm done with that shit. I don't want to be fucking pulled from side to side anymore. I want to do my shit. I want to fuck with whoever I want to fuck with. And if I don't want to fuck with somebody, I should be able to say no. And that's the thing. I have done so much for the artists. We have done so much for the artists. You guys on this fucking channel, y'all did that shit. And I appreciate every single fucking one of you fucking following my goal on that. But we lost sight of you guys. You know, we lost sight of, like, you know, what would benefit them. And I did that with Rep That Wicked. I'm like, I was sitting there in my room over at my friend's place, and I'm like, what is Rep That Wicked doing? It's not doing anything. We already have the hookup. We've got merch news. Like, y'all know the websites. Y'all know the artists that we fuck with. Like, what's the point of Rep That Wicked? I said, fuck it. I want to do something else. For once, I made a decision for me, which is fucking nice. Because that shit's been irritating me too. And it's not on you guys by any means. This is more shit in my personal life. Where it's like, I try and do something for somebody else. Like, I quit my job. I quit my fucking job. And when I found out that my fucking department was going to be short-staffed and everyone was going to be fucked from it. Like, I've got managers that are fucking ringing up customers and shit. I've got fucking management that's working in all these other departments. There's a fucking other department head that's fucking, he's leaving. Like, everybody is going away. And I'm like, I can't just leave them like that. Like, that's just not in my blood. Like, I went to fucking Lethal Weekend to support Fury. Now, with all that shit said, like, I made sure that event ran as smooth as it possibly could. Day 2, I was running around fucking making sure the mics were up, getting batteries for the mics, making sure the sound was good, talking to the fucking sound guy, talking to the fucking DJ, talking to Fury, make sure everything was smooth. Why were we running? Because when I came in the door, we were already running behind. When I came in the door, there should have already been an artist up on that stage, and there wasn't until 5:45. Nobody took stage till 5:45, and it was scheduled for 5:05. Or 5:15. So I was trying to figure out where this person is. We had a couple of artists that showed up late. We had a couple of no-shows, whatever the fuck. You know, I was told to go and find these artists and make sure that they were ready for their next set, that they needed their set list, they needed their play, whatever. Chuck actually hosted 99% of fucking night 2. I wanted to bring out, we didn't even have time to bring people out. Like, I was supposed to bring out Zay the God. We didn't even have a chance to do that because we were so far behind. Had nothing to do with me. I was trying to fix that shit. But I'm the scapegoat, okay? I am the motherfucking scapegoat. And I think that's why people wanted me out fuck at Lethal Weekend. So if anything went wrong, I'd be the fall guy. Enter Chuck fucking Reeves. So, you want the truth? You fucking got it. Chuck didn't show up until 8 o'clock that night. And I was there all day, working with Fury, working with Travesty. But it's what fucking ever. I got to sing on stage with the Last American Rock Stars for Cocaine in Miami. I got to, and that's the best part. Like, fuck everybody, right? I brought out Mike ADHD. He opened Lethal Weekend. The first act, I brought him out. And I got to close the show by singing on stage with the Last American Rock Stars. That's a good fucking weekend. That's a damn good fucking weekend in my book. Fuck that. Like, that's, I'm sorry, that seals the deal. And I got a call the next day. And I won't say from who, but I got a call the next day. And I'm told about this tour. And they said they want me on that tour. I'm pondering taking it. I'll give you guys more information on that. But the fact that after everything that happened at Lethal Weekend and everything being my fault and shit, Switzerland still fucking prevailed. Like, how do we do that shit? How do we pull that off? That's fucking magic. That's fucking beautiful. We got 7 in the house right now. Fucking, we got Sum 41, #1 fan. What's up? Fucking, someone's all about Sum 41 today. Shit. Speaking of which, let's go to my punk rock roots for a second. Let's go punk rock for a minute. The Kids are alt-right from Bad Religion. Oh, damn. Now, this brings me to another point. Harlem 6, my first time seeing them live, and they did a song called Trump Card, and it was a fuck Trump song. And I was like, that is like the punk roots to me. Like, of course I dug that song. I'm standing right next to Gordy, and I'm fucking yelling the lyrics fucking back. Fuck Trump. Because I can. But it reminded me so much of that song. Like, Bad Religion comes up with that song, fucking Harlem 6, and I'm like people seem to have forgotten that I still have punk in my blood. Like, I was listening to the fucking Germs. It's right. Fucking Alan the Clown grew up on punk. Bro, my first introduction to punk was 05 with the Dropkick Murphys Live on St. Patrick's Day 2002 album. And it just progressed from there. I did my fucking senior thesis. Where the fuck is that thing? Do I even have that? It's somewhere in here. But I mean, look. I fucking wrote a book, dude. Sid Jones, Dissent is Not Treason. Like, punk rock has been in my fucking blood. Like, that's... Like, it's even in Gordy's blood with Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Look at my UGH card. Oh, the one that I was supposed to, like, I should, in fact, slip my wrist, which wasn't the case. It was Sid Vicious getting beaten in the fucking face with a beer can. Full beer can. Go look up that story. Iconic picture. And, like, the perfect fucking metaphor for Sid Jones, is it not? But I never forgot where I came from. I never lost sight of, like, the whole punk rock thing. None of that shit. I mean, I used to fuck with Sum 41. Been listening to the Descendants a lot recently. Oh, dude, the Descendants are fucking badass. I fuck with them. They got a Pandora station, and they play a lot of good tracks on that one too. So if you got Pandora, like, I don't even download music. I just listen to Pandora because the artist will actually get money from that. Same with Spotify. Ugh. Have you tried that Descendants beer, by the way? And Whitney Payton, since we're doing Rep That Wicked today, has a new energy drink. Tough Dog, some shit like that. It's an energy drink that when you order the bundle for Whitney Payton. The Sum 41 physical copies. Holy shit. That's a fan, dude. That's a fucking fan. See, I was never that deep into fucking, like, I was never in too deep with Sum 41. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? I thought that was fucking clever. I can just hear it down the other end. Boo. Boo. But, fucking, yeah, I used to fuck with Sum 41. What was that one song they did? The doctor said my mom should have had an abortion. The fuck was the name of that song? Come on, Alan the Clown, help me out here. Fat Lip. Thank you. DJ Horrorcore. You know, it's funny. I was listening to this song. I hadn't listened to it in forever. And I was in one of my moods, so I was looking back at my old discography of, like, all my collections and shit. Rand said, Out Come the Wolves is the best punk album ever. I will fight you on that, Eastsider. I'll fight you on that. I think that the best punk album out there, like, front to back, Against All Authority, Restoration of Chaos and Order. Which reminds me, my girl, she got me she rented this movie for me. It's called Bomb City. And I talked about this on the CPN show. I like Let's Go and Indestructible just as much, if not better than Out Come the Wolves. Indestructible was dope. I like that one a lot. People didn't fuck with that album, but I did. My girl got me this movie, Bomb City. Punk rock guys. Definitely check this movie out. It's the story of Brian Dennehy. And it got me so mad. Like, not the production was great. For it being an independent film, the production was great. The actors were awesome. The story was told to a T. And it was the outcome that still irritates me to this day, you know. Marilyn Manson talked about Brian Dennehy. Brian Dennehy is mentioned in a lot of songs, including fucking Sunshine Fist Magnet off of Restoration of Chaos and Order. Now, Brian Dennehy was a punk rocker, and the punk rockers were fighting with the jocks back in the day, and this jock ran this kid down, Brian Dennehy. I have a compilation album called Old School Punk, has the Germ, Circle Jerks, Fear, a bunch of others. That's dope. I knew what you meant. Dude, I fuck with the Germs. Fucking Darby Crash, man. Like, dude, for real. Look at that shit. I fuck with the Germs. His philosophy, fucking... I would have loved to have seen Darby do a YouTube fucking channel. That'd have been funny as shit. But I respect Darby. I mean, to have a 5-year plan and, like, here's my 5-year plan, and I'm gonna off myself. I had to tell his band, we're gonna be as big as the Beatles one day. Nobody knows who he is because in the same few hours that he committed suicide, John Lennon was assassinated. And I'm like, that's shitty luck. He gets up to the pearly gates and he's like, I made it. I did it. My band's gonna be, fuck John Lennon. What the fuck are you doing here? Some dude walked up and shot me. God damn it. Somebody needs to make a cartoon of that real quick. I mean, that's like a meme in the making. Richie Dagger's Crime, one of my favorite songs. Do 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 do. I love what was the other one that I love? Lexicon Devil, man. Yeah, but Richie Dagger's Crime was like my fucking favorite. Did you ever see the movie What We Do Is Secret? Another movie that I own that I fucking love. What We Do Is Secret. That was like my first introduction to the Germs, actually, because I didn't know who they were. My teacher had mentioned them to me, and I was working at a movie store called Movie Gallery, and it's on the shelf, and we were closing, so I was able to like buy DVDs at like, you know, whatever price, and I wasn't supposed to buy the ones that were on the wall, but it wasn't a new release. It was just stuck in the crevice of a corner. It only been rented once. You guys ever heard of the Dwarves? They are a dope punk band with decent music. I have not heard of the Dwarves. I'm gonna have to check them out. I'm gonna put that down someplace. Dwarves. Yeah. Dwarves. There. Put that on my to-do list today. I was introduced to the Germs and punk in general in 99-2000. Damn, dude, you go way back. Like I said, I lived out in the mountains in New Hampshire, so we were on like what was ever playing on the fucking on the radio or what was being discussed on TRL or MTV morning, whatever. I'm definitely have to check out the Dwarves though. But Bad Religion coming out with a new fucking album, full length. That's gonna be badass. That was another album too. Hands down, their best album. New Maps of Hell. That album was dope. God, it feels like an honest goodbye. Fucking, there were some songs I didn't like on that though. What was it? The fuck was that? Why did my Wi-Fi just cut out? A lot of good West Coast punk here. Oh, dude, like the fucking West Coast is like home for fucking punk. Fucking, I mean, when you listen to like West Coast, it had more of that like ska feel to it, and like East Coast was like more like the hardcore shit, Black Flag and shit. But I definitely fuck with the Circle Jerks. Fucking, I still need to get a Circle Jerks t-shirt at some point. Cheap Sex, Clip 45, The Unseen, like old school Unseen. But yeah, punk is still a fucking... Dude, I'm looking at my vest right fucking now. I have to throw that bitch on one of these days. But it looks like fucking... Yeah, it fixed. Fucking, I don't know what just happened. Could have been a sunspot. Could have been them doing fucking construction in the back. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I fucking hate Wi-Fi sometimes. Like, sometimes I prefer fucking dial-up. Like, at least you'd fucking stay connected and shit. I remember when we play fucking, like, Exploited, Punk's Not Dead. I have issues with the Exploited a little bit. I think the lead singer is a bit of a dick. But, I mean, there's so many lead singers that are dicks, so I can't even, like, really say that. But, like, their music was dope. Yeah, fucking, I just wish it was, like, some of that punk rock sound from, like, Yesterday Today, which is one of the reasons why I love Bad Religion and Dropkick Murphys. Which, by the way, whatever happened to that Dropkick Murphys album? We were supposed to get 2. Remember that? As a matter of fact, Ken Casey addressed my question on one of his live streams. One of the best birthday gifts. So look at this, right? Check out my birthdays and how dope they've been. Last American Rockstars released Lit on my birthday. On Hip Hop World or Hip Hop Worldwide, something like that. Maybe it was XXL. Fucking, and then Dropkick Murphys the year prior did a live acoustic set from 12 Short Stories of Pain and Glory. And they did this thing where they were like, are we going to do Rose Tattoo or are we going to do fucking, what was the other song? It was Down to That One, or wasn't Skinhead on the MBTA? What song was it that they were going to do like in a live acoustic set of? And they did both. And I got so excited. They actually retweeted my thing. I said best birthday gift ever. I was glad you guys did both songs because they did a vote on like which songs. And then Ken Casey goes, fuck it, we're going to do both of them. He's like, yeah, we'll do a Rose Tattoo. We're going to do this one first. Or vice versa. And I was like, that's dope. Like my birthday every year, like I don't get to do much on my birthday because it's right after Christmas. So like, I got a live session on my birthday from the Dropkick Murphys. The following year, Last American Rockstars released the music video for Lit on my fucking birthday. Like, my birthday so far has been fucking a promise of a promise for dope ass music. Makes me stupid happy. I love that shit. But yeah, they were supposed to come out with a second album that November. So that album came out in January. And then, like late January. And then they were supposed to have a follow-up album that November, and they never came out with it. I'm hoping to Christ that we get it this year. But with the Murphys, I've noticed that what they'll do is, like, I think it's like every 2 to 4 years they come up with an album. Meanest of Times was dope. Fucking, I like Meanest of Times. Like, I think I'm like the one guy that actually liked that album. I thought that album was great. Fucking Signed and Sealed in Blood. Holy fuck, was that album good. Going Out in Style, though, man. When that music video came out, I was so fucking excited. They dropped it. What year was that? Was it 2010? 2011? I forget what year they came out with that, but yeah, I remember that, like, that was my song for like the longest time. Like, I'd fucking put that shit on repeat. That was a damn good album. Hang 'Em High, one of my favorites. I love that song. I actually, least favorite album they did was Do or Die. Weird, right? That was like my least favorite album. Gangs All Here was dope. Fucking Sing Loud, Sing Proud was phenomenal. I fuck with Flogging Molly a little bit. I just, like, Swagger, I was not a fan of that album. I think my favorite song of theirs to date is Within a Mile of Home. I liked that song a lot. I fuck with that song. That one, Seven Deadly Sins, and Drunken Lullabies. It's like in Drunken Lullabies. But like fucking, I miss doing like punk rock reviews too and shit. Like I want to do that. Matter of fact, like I couldn't help myself, and when I was doing my top 10 list for Rocks TV, I had to incorporate a punk rock thing. Tony Hawk did? Damn, that goes way back. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, man. Used to like fucking you could customize your own skateboarder and shit. Yep, that was like I never beat that game either. Like even back in the day, I sucked at video games. The only ones I was like able to beat were like the wrestling games. Black took me forever to beat. I fucking sucked at Black. I don't know if you guys remember that game. It was like the original Call of Duty. Peter and the Test Tube Babies, proper UK band. Yeah, they're not bad. They had some good tracks. They're definitely not in my top 10, but they were dope. Fucking there's fucking like the Sex Pistols, like that old school shit, man, is what really rings true for me. Like I was watching Punk Attitude, and I was watching The Decline of Western Civilization and all that other shit. Decline of Western Civilization 2 is really interesting, where they talked about how like punk rock was like threatening the heavy metal movement. That whole beef between metalheads and punk, which is still alive today. But fucking seeing Necrogoblicon, seeing Ailstorm, which is weird, right? Like we were talking Necrogoblicon before this Warped Tour. Do you guys remember that? We were talking about when I went to fucking I went to the Murphys, and then a month later I was at the Token Lounge seeing Ailstorm, Necrogoblicon, and fucking Aether Realm. I have an encyclopedia of punk book. Damn, dude. I've got the fucking... I might get you beat, though. I got this. That's what I got. I got the Cat's Claws fucking box set. And in that, I have the Germs fucking... The Germs album, GI. And I've got fucking... I got the wristband in there. All that shit. I forget where I even bought that, but it was like... I think it was like $25, and it was like the cheapest I could find it. God, I got that years ago. And it's still right there, like, fucking, it's on my desk. You know, people are saying, you know, fucking throw your vest back on, shit like that. Fucking, it's got signatures on it. But I still got love for punk. I think punk rock and hip hop, like if you look back in the day, right around the mid to late 80s, there was actually where like hip hop artists were like signing punk bands and vice versa. I have the Germs Complete Anthology. You fucking bastard. You fucking would too. The entire Germs Anthology. God damn. That's Cat's Claws. That's everything. I think my first punk album that I bought, like purchased, was the Dropkick Murphys album forget which one it was. It was the first one that I ever bought. No, my first album that I ever bought that was punk rock was Punk's United Leaders of Today. It was $7 at Sam Goody, and the guy was like, I was like, hey man, because I was sampling with punk rock after the Murphys and shit like that, because I got some of the Murphys CDs as fucking Christmas gifts and shit, birthday and whatever. And he brings me over to the CD case. And he says, we got this in. It's Punk's United Leaders of Today. And he's like, and if you don't like it, I'll buy it off of you. I'm like, dope. And it was 32 bands, 32 songs. It was my first ever compilation album, mind you. And my first ever punk album that I purchased. How I got into Against All Authority. That's a cool story. I love telling this story. There was this station. It was called Sirius Faction, right? And then they announced that they were going to do Sirius Punk. So I can't remember if it was Sirius Faction or Sirius Punk that I heard it on, but it was Sirius, and I was downstairs, in my grandmother's room, and I was playing games on her laptop, whatever, or not her laptop, her desktop, and this song comes on, and it was All Ages Show from Against All Authority, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just hear? Like, that was fucking amazing. And they said the album's coming out later that week. So I saved all my allowance money because I was mowing the lawn and shit like that because I had to stay home with my sister, so I wasn't allowed to work. And I was 16 years old. Because the album came out in 2006. So I saved up all my money, and that fucking that day it came out, I come home from school, and my grandmother goes, hey, are you ready to go to Sam Goody to go get that whatever album you wanted? I said, yes I am. I go in the store. They had 3 copies of it. Not left, but it's only because they ordered 3 copies. You know, that was a common thing. As the stores started closing, they were ordering less fucking, less quantity. So, the less units that they were ordering or whatever. And the CD was like $17. Like, it wasn't cheap. I mean, Sam Goody was never cheap. Neither was FYE, which is still around and all that. Damn, you guys are really bringing me back to memory lane. Like, this is the best mood I've been. Like, I fucking love you guys for that, because I've been in a fucking, like I said, bad state of mind. So I'm really glad you guys are helping me out with this. And fucking, so I get to the car, and I'm like opening that bitch, and I pop in the CD, and it starts with Restoration of Chaos and Order. Was the first song on there, and it was that speech from George Bush. He goes, he's like but we will, restore chaos and order. And then it starts off with the song. I'm like, oh damn. And then song 2, and then fucking track 3 being fucking All Ages Show Tonight. And then I'm just listening to the rest of the fucking album in its entirety. And I was like, wow, this album is so good. Like, fucking, I couldn't even pick a favorite song off that. Sunshine Fist Magnet with Brian Deneke. My first introduction to who Brian Deneke was and shit. And, like, so Against All Authority, like, that album, I ended up losing that in a fire. My ex's house burned down, and I had all my punk albums, all my Murphys albums just torched. And because I went back to New Hampshire, and I called her dad, and I said, hey, like, I'm ready for my shit to get shipped out. I got an address, whatever. And he goes, yeah, my house burned down, dude. My Dropkick Murphys hoodie that I got from the first ever Murphy show I went to, gone. Which still breaks my heart. I've lost all my hoodies. My Tarantino hoodie, gone. Fucking my Dropkick Murphys hoodie that I just got, the 20th anniversary one, gone. Like, fucking, I've got a bad habit of losing hoodies. And it sucks. Like, those are the things I get really attached to, and they disappear on me. That actually caused me a little bit of heartbreak. I need to rebuy the Dropkick Murphys albums. Yeah, me fucking too, dude. Me fucking too. I hope they do, like, a collection thing. Did I not call it, though, that Rancid was going to retire after that fucking... I said it was either going to be the Murphys or it was going to be Rancid was going to retire after the fucking Boston to Berkeley tour. Which, by the way, the guy who did the shout-out for my intro, the original Michael Myers, he was wearing, the next day for Astronomicon, he was wearing Boston to Berkeley shirt. And I walked up to him, I'm like, damn, man. He's like, I was there for that show. I forget where, it was in California somewhere. He's like, dude, that show was fucking amazing. He goes, people say Rancid, I say Murphys. I'm like, fuck yeah, man. We talked about Dropkick Murphys. We talked about their music and shit for fucking ever. Like, that was the thing with Astro. Like, you didn't have to pay to, like, talk to the people. You just had to pay to, like, get your picture taken or whatever. And yeah, like we talked a lot of punk rock, man. A lot of punk rock. Damn. I do miss fucking. I miss like waking up to Sirius Radio and hearing about punk rock or like new punk songs I haven't heard of or like even classics from back in the day. Um, I still think that Against All Authority, man, like they killed that shit. Choking Victim, oh my god, Choking Victim. I can talk punk for days, dude. Same, man. Fucking Choking Victim. 500 Channels. I don't even know how I discovered that song. I don't even know how I discovered that band. Like, it just kind of happened. And I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Faction Radio was the shit, dude. It kills me. Like, fucking... I was sitting there and I found out that Choking Victim was doing a reunited tour and they were going to be playing at St. Andrews. And I tried everything I could to make it to that show, and I couldn't. I couldn't make it to that show, and it broke my heart. This kid said that he was coming out from New Hampshire, that we were going to go see Choking Victim, da-da-da-da-da. And that dude fucking straight up lied. And I was fucking heartbroken. I was so excited for that show. So excited for that show. I wanted to hear 500 Channels live. I wanted to get in that mosh pit. I wanted to be fucking 16 years old again. That fucking hurts. But I mean, look at the music and the legacy that these guys have left behind regardless. Like fucking No Cops for Miles, like goddamn. Cheap Sex doing another fucking tour. Like how many farewell tours have they done? They're like the Rolling Stones of punk rock. It's like their 10th farewell tour. By the way, I still have that documentary about Cheap Sex. Like that band was cursed. You know, they even said it, like fucking the car accident, the dude that committed suicide. Like that band was cursed. And like that's an interesting story too. Like that was one of my dreams. Like one of the things I want to do before I die is I want to do a documentary. I think that seeing one on like the legacy of Last American Rock Stars would be dope. I'd love to see like a documentary of like the mid 2000s punk rock that just got fucking shoved under the rug. Because there's a year that nobody pays attention to, and it was 1996. If you actually look at like when punk was established in 1976, thanks to the Sex Pistols, fight me. It was the Sex Pistols when they went on fucking the Bill Grundy show, and that's what gave punk rock like the mainstream love was after that moment. Fight me, I dare you. I have a thesis sitting around somewhere that's got all that proof in it. And hello, Sid. Just joined ya. Hope all is well in your world today. What up to all the ninjas in here right now? What up, Beak the Geek? We're talking punk today because fucking we can, and it's a good thing. It's therapeutic for me. I've been having a rough few days. Like I've been in a bad mind, like a bad state of mind, and I needed to do this live. I needed to end one of my segments. Maybe it would stress me out a little less. Like, fucking dude, I got fucking gray hair. You see that shit? Fucking gray, man. So, talking about punk today is good. Like, I think it's a good way to close out everything. And, but yeah, 1976, punk was established. In 1986... something miraculous happened. It was the end of the hardcore movement, which lasted 2 to 4 years. Depends on who you talk to. And then a new movement came in with like Nirvana and the fucking like the 90s punk, Blink 182, shit like that in the 90s. Green Day. So 86 to like 90, there was that little bit. And then years later, 1996, we saw Dropkick Murphys, Blogging Molly. We saw Casualties and a bunch of others. Just like, and even though these bands were around prior to then, that spike comes up in 1996. And you had some of the best bands to ever grace a stage coming out and doing their thing. And it was like that. It was like the second coming, man, of punk rock. And then in 2004, you saw another incline of punk rock. You saw the Briggs coming out to play a lot more. You saw fucking like all these bands doing fucking world tours and shit like that. Like it was insane. Who's seen the Juggalo get arrested at the Say No Marxist protest in Berkeley? I didn't know anything about that. Green Day and Blink-182 was my first concert in 2002. Damn, man. Fucking, that's impressive. I did not hear about that. Fucking, and it's like I said, Juggalos and punks, like, they should be fucking married in holy matrimony. Look at the Juggalos and the oppression with the FBI and shit like that, and I laugh. I laugh. And I laugh because punks were being run down, gunned down, beaten, and thrown off bridges before Juggalos were even a thing. And you'd think that, like, when it comes to, like, protesting the government, you'd have had punk rockers being like, yo, fuck that shit of you being put on a gang list. But you had Brian Deneke being fucking run down, and the dude that did it got the fine dropped. He got probation and didn't even have to pay the fine for running down Brian Deneke. Like, you guys talk about fucking oppression and shit, and like fucking, like the Juggalos, man, going through all that shit. But like, look at my arms, dude. Look at my fucking arms. Does that not tell the story? The fucking parallel there, man. You've got the Hatchet Man, you've got the fucking Germs tattoo. Like, side by side in the same spot. I still think that march should have had a lot of punk rock backing. That should have fucking vitalized a revolution. But there's hope. Harlem Six and Bad Religion coming out with the whole fuck Trump thing. And speaking of punk, do you guys remember the fucking Rock Against Bush compilation albums? Like, there should have been a Rock Against Trump. But those bands are like, they become mainstream. I mean, even Dropkick Murphys, they're not even underground anymore. After Shipping Up to Boston blew up, that was it. That was fucking it. They don't play small venues like they did at the fucking Orbit Room. I mean, shit, even the Insane Clown Posse played the Orbit Room right after the Tempest tour. Or for the Tempest tour. Some shit. But Juggalos and punk should have united for the fucking march. I will say that. I own Rock Against Bush Volume 1. You fucking would, too. I liked the first one better than the second one. I think the second one had songs that... Like, the first one had a couple of songs that were just for that album alone. And then the other one had, like, songs that were from, like... There was a song on there that came from the Dropkick Murphys and their fucking Singles Collection Volume 2. See, I know my shit. See, when I talk punk with people, like, I'm more knowledge-based in punk than I am in hip-hop, even. But I get to see a lot of, like, dope-ass hip-hop shows. I want to take a break in October. And guess who's on tour, guys? Public Image Limited is coming to the United States. Holy ballsack. I bought it for Sum 41 Ministry and Offspring. See, I like Offspring's old shit. I like fucking... Although You're Gonna Go Far was a good song, too, from them. I did like that song. A couple of other bands, too, from fucking... From, like, the Offspring days, like the Murphys and Rancid and shit, that they were alright. Or should I say alt-right? Old Offspring is best. Smash album. Fucking, I liked, I really like Bad Religion's fucking New Maps of Hell, though. And like I said, like, there's documentaries on, like, the 80s. There's the 1994 documentary. But nobody talks about that spike that happened in 96. Nobody talks about the 2000s at all. Like, New Maps of Hell, fucking Against All Authorities, fucking Restoration to Chaos and Order album. Like, there was so many good punk rock albums that it's like, it blows my mind. Like, I would get the AA symbol, the AAA anarchy symbol on my fucking arm. Americana, even NoFX with their Franco Un-American song was hilarious. That music video was great, too. Like, that was like the best works from NoFX was Franco Un-American. I want to move north and be a Canadian, or move down south with the nice Australians. I don't want to be another I don't care again. What are we going to do, Franco? Franco Un-American. Damn. I haven't thought about punk or talked about punk rock in a while. This was definitely therapeutic for me, and I appreciate you guys for this. White Trash, 2 Hebes, and a band was my jam. See? Fucking... I don't understand, like, all the hatred. Like, there's nobody in here who's, like, shitting on punk rock at all. We got Beat the Geek in here, Out in the Clown, fucking Fat Scott, fucking everybody talking punk rock for a bit. Isn't it nice to kind of get away from, like, Magic Ninja Entertainment for a little while and Psychopathic Records and the beef and all that? Like, to me, it feels good. You know, fucking... I lost sight of that, and like just recently I was like, you know, fucking I need to hear Darby's fucking philosophies for a little bit. Fuck. What a throwback. Like, and to think, like, a year ago we were talking about punk rock, we were talking about Ailstorm, we were talking about Necrogoblicon, and fucking like We Need a Gimmick, and seeing those guys live, seeing Ailstorm live. Like, it was after the Murphy show. This wasn't last year, this was the year before. My bad. Fucking 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Damn. Just damn. Yeah, fucking been listening to other stuff recently other than Psychopathic Anemone. Yeah, so have I. I think we just got tired of the drama. I think we just got tired of the bullshit. You know, maybe we should fucking protest the bullshit. That's my vote. Oh shit, what time is it? 10:41. Fucking, I gotta fucking go do my shit, unfortunately. This was a good fucking revisiting. But yeah, this is the last Rep That Wicked. We're gonna do another segment, kind of replace it. Dude, that's what I've been noticing too, like a lot of people making their own music now. I can't wait for Underground Hustlin' 65. I can't wait to hear what people have been doing. There's like fucking, even Inquisitor, dude, is making fucking music. But like, yeah, dude, it's been great fucking talking. I'll see you guys on the road. I'll see you guys in this situation for sure. Thank you for joining me for the last Rep That Wicked. Check out MNEstore.com, sickfucks.com. You guys know the drill. Fuck it. Check out Kings of Road merch. So many cool fucking Dropkick Murphys and fucking Bad Religion merch on there as well. And with that being said, guys, fucking, my name is Sid Jones. And from the bottom of my heart, if you ain't down with any of this shit, fuck what you think. I'll see you guys in the Situation Room. And I'll for sure see you guys on the road.